Okay, we have Crypt Fiend and Itchbite. The mechanical. I'm not sure how the mechanical fits in, but I know what he's going for with these two pets. Is there anything I can do about it? Not a whole lot. One thing I can do is, so obviously he's going for one-shots, which means Cobbleshell's going to have a rough time. I think the move here... Okay, what's he doing here? I think he's rooting me. Oh well, let's take it. Yeah, so he's rooting me and then he's going for the one-shot. Does he stay in? I'm not sure. Somebody's getting one-shot here. If I was him, I would take this on the mechanical. He did. Okay. Well, as long as I don't miss, I trade here. Actually, I don't even trade. He loses his mechanical because I'm faster. Wondering what he's going for Razor Talons. Oh, Omni Pummel. Well, no, that's clever. It didn't work out for him, but let's see here. I want to save my Cursed Berman for later, I think. I'm not sure. Well, now I can't, so let's just do damage until we're dead. I think I can take out his undead round on mine. But he's going to be able to hit... Well, okay, let's see here. Faster on Gurgle. And Darkness is about to expire, so I can stun him. But the question is, do I go for the stun right off the rip, or do I try to save it for the howl? My intuition is use my stun on cooldown. So I'm going to do that. He's swapped. I should have attacked him. Well. I don't think it's worth going for lucky... What are you doing? I have no idea why he just swapped like 3 times in a row, but I was about to say there's no reason to go for Lucky Dance until he's on his undead round, but now he's on his undead round, so. Looks like he's going for a howl. But I'm not rooted, so I can actually just swap to Cobbleshell. And he does a lot of damage to me, but I'm full health, so as long as he doesn't crit, I should be okay. What are you doing? Oh, maybe he predicted the swap. Well, that does mean that one of these pets is dead. I guess it's gonna have to be Cobbleshell, because I think Gurgle can 1v1 just fine. Did he actually just predict the swap and just go for the Roar of the Dead? Oh my god, look at that damage. That was 2,500 damage. That's the biggest crit I think I've ever seen in all of pet battling. But he doesn't have his darkness anymore, and I can't miss under darkness, so should be just fine. Oh, got a crit. Yes, GG. Oh, he missed. Well, I was going to be able to go for the stun on the undead round, and most likely he doesn't kill me with spamming webs, but that's kind of a funny team. I have a lot of teams similar to that because I was trying to come up with ways to counter sunlight teams, which I suspect is what his team is going for. He probably queued into a team like this and wanted to play one-shot pets because this guy doesn't even run Ethereal on his Sundowner Hatchling. He's just literally wasting time with healing and doesn't have a magic racial to block the one-shot. So we were both going for the same idea. I was running the Cursed Berman because I didn't have the Itch Bite till today. So I put together some teams with this combo in case I queue into Sunlight. Or, not this combo, but you know what I mean. Like, Darkness one-shot pets like Curse Berman, or... I think Itch Bite and the one that he's using are better because See, the Cursed Berman does more damage with Prowl than Roar of the Dead, because it's 150% extra damage. And so on paper, it looks like he would be the superior option. But when you're fighting a smart player, if they have a magic pet on their team and you go for Prowl, like they know what you're going for. You're going for Call Darkness. They'll just bring in their magic pet, and then if you have like, there's a couple different versions. Weber's is the hardest hitting one, but I think Itchbite is the best because he has the best health or the highest health. Because like 1156 is pretty low. You go for sticky webs, and then they can't swap. So once they're sticky webbed, you just Roar of the Dead, Call Darkness, and it takes an extra turn to set up your one shot since you have to go for sticky web. But as long as they don't have a critter or arcane winds, you can guarantee who takes the Call Darkness. And then, like, let's say he was smart, took the Call Darkness on his mechanical and saved his mechanical for later. There's nothing that I can do to prevent him from soaking the one shot later on with his mechanical at like 20% HP, right? So smart players can see this one shot coming a mile away and swap, and you can't do that with these undead spiders that have sticky web. So that's why I think they're better. I made several teams that have itch bite to try out. I don't think I'll play any of them right now, but if I queue into like triple sunlight, I will definitely give those teams a try. Meanwhile, since I'm fighting that team or that kind of idea, let's see if I can find like a bubble pet or a... Okay, so if I'm fighting one shots, this team will do really, really good because I have blind, I have clobber, bubble, warning. This team actually has an insane amount of like damage avoidance. Probably a little too much, but I like all the pets. Do I play it? It's pretty strong. Nightshade Sproutling is really good. Is there anything a little less OP? I want to come back to this team later, but only if I'm like I don't know what I'm queuing into right now. This is my first game back in a couple days. I'm thinking Squirky could be good because he does have stun and bubble. Bubble's really good versus one shots, obviously. Although his Omni Pummel, is Omni Pummel a decoy breaker? Okay, so I have Feign Death, Clobber. The problem is he has a root, and root is going to mess up this team a lot. I don't know. Which team do I like better? Jingles or Mr. Delver? I don't have a lot of context. I've only played one game today, and so far it was versus two undeads with one shots and a mechanical. I guess this team makes more sense. Because if I'm running the Glimmerfly, I have a... Yeah. Not only do I have a beast which takes extra damage from his mechanical attacks, but I have the Glimmerfly dealing weak damage to the mechanical. I'll try this team out, see how it does. I guess my idea was I wanted a Dazzling Dance pet with Squirky, and then I have Mr. Delver to provide a decoy breaker. Plus Squirky plus Mr. Delver seems like a decent combo, because elementals are going to give my mechanical problems, and then I have aquatic damage here. Big glaring weakness I'm seeing on this team is a weather changer. So if I queue into like Sandstorm, if I queue into one Sandstorm pet, Squirky does find 1v1, but he's just obviously not going to be able to like beat triple idols or anything. And then these two pets are just beyond useless versus Sandstorm. So hopefully don't get into that. What do we get? Got a minefield, magma trap, swap team. Okay, so I suspect I'll probably start with the Blaze Hound. Okay, I'm gonna start with Mr. Delver. Let's see what he does. He did start with the Blaze Hound, so I can swap him out. Does he juke? No juke. Alright. Mr. Delver's not very useful. I think he's the best one. Well... trying to think who to eat the minefield on. Thinking it's got to be Mr. Delver, but I don't know. Let's go for a build turret. And he let me attack him. That's good. Okay, so now I'm going to swap. Bring in my Royal P-Chick. Don't think I win this matchup, but we'll see how it goes. He might go for a sticky grenade. I think he will. Is it worth feign deathing? Well, probably not with the minefield out, I don't think. I'm just going to go for damage. And then, let's see, build turret does take out his mechanical racial. Now might be a decent time to go for Dazzling Dance. I'm just going to go for an attack. Okay, so he is going for a sweep here. So I can either Dazzling Dance or Feign Death. I don't think attacking is smart. If I Feign Death, it'll bring in Squirky. Okay. I think I'm going to go for Dazzling Dance. Ow. Should still be alive on the Royal P-Chick after that sticky grenade, so I can use him to eat a minefield. I deal weak damage to that magic pet. That sucks. Alright. In that case, let's go for a clobber. If he can swap for me, that would help me out a lot. He doesn't know that I have weak damage yet, so he might swap. He probably... Oh, he's taking weak damage on the elemental. Surely he would not have done that if he knew I had Fish Slap. Alright, do I go for Bubble or do I go for Fish Slap? I don't want to waste my Dazzling Dance, but I think Bubble's probably worth using. Yeah, I think Bubble is worth using. He went for Puppies of the Flame. Didn't expect that. Okay, maybe I go for another... Dazzling Dance? Puppies of the Flame shouldn't kill me. Because he has low attack power. Alright. Barely still alive. Probably a good time to feign death, honestly. He doesn't have AoE. Okay, he wasted his retrieve. Not sure why he did that. He should just went for an attack. Let's go for a fish slap. Okay. A little annoying he has that ability, but does less damage, I guess. That enchanted broom is a big problem once I lose my speed buff. Because I deal weak damage to him. At least he doesn't have Sandstorm, so I feel like Mr. Delver can sort of fight him a little bit, but I have Batter, so he's in a similar position to Squirky. Health-wise, I'm very far ahead, but that Enchanted Broom has the speed advantage once my Dazzling Dance wears off. And right now, I don't think I can use my Royal Paycheck to throw up a Dazzling Dance. Maybe, okay, what are the odds he goes for a Batter right now? I would say very low. But not zero, so I'm just going to stun him. Because, okay, if he's looking at from my point of view and thinking, okay, surely I go for the swap to the Royal Peachick to refresh Dazzling Dance, then he goes for Batter. So if this guy is trying to think from my point of view, it actually wouldn't be too crazy for him to go for a Batter, even though he's slower right now. We have our Dazzling Dance for 2 more turns. I think he's going to save his sweep until he is... Let's go for a bubble. He doesn't have a decoy breaker. Well, he does have a decoy breaker, but it doesn't break bubble. We blocked the sweep. I'm not sure why he went for that while he was still slower. I think what I want to do probably is stay in on Squirky since he doesn't have a swap. Maybe I swap to the Mr. Delver. I think it's just better if I... No, let's just stay in. I do weak damage though, so I really want to swap. Do I go for Clobber? That doesn't seem smart. Okay. He doesn't have a he doesn't have. I should have done this the last time, but I was taking too long to think. Since he doesn't have sweep, I can go for build turret. And then while that turret is ticking down, I can use feign death, and then I should be in the clear. I should have done that a turn ago, but oh, I forgot he has a build turret remover. I'm so dumb. Okay, well, fortunately we were too far ahead for him to come back, but I made several misplays there. I totally went for build turret versus a pet that obviously had cleanup. What else did I do? Oh yeah, I went for bubble. But that's because I was assuming he had minefield. Like his team looked like it probably had minefield, because he has like a minefield pet and then a cleanup pet, which is like a pretty solid combo. Oh, it was very weird of him to run. What's it called? The Puppies of the Flame on that team. All right, should I be safe here? Probably not, but I'll perch here for now and pick a team. Not sure what to play versus what I'm queuing into right now. I guess having a cleanup pet of some sort would be good versus the minefield. My go-to is the stone grinder. Is there anything else I can use? Because I feel like I use him too much. And he's not going to be great versus the blaze hound. So there's sniff out. Not a lot of great pets with it. There's tricorn, but mine's still green. And I still didn't make a team yet. I was trying to figure out a good third, and I settled on Buttercup and didn't like it very much, so... What else is there? Well, there's Lava. Oh, wait, I remember. There is a pet, the... And I made like a team with him. How does that team look? It was the... Not the Blazehound, but the knockoff Blazehound. Oh, I have brain damage. I can't remember his name. Blazehound. Alright, let's look for pets that have this ability. The Tender Pup. Alright, okay, so we have, well, Curse Berman again, Alpine Fox Thing, and the Tender Pup. So here, we can buff our Tender Pup to be faster. Dazzling Dance, we got a one-shot. So he has a magic pet. I don't think the Curse Berman is a smart pet to play versus a team that I know has a magic pet. Maybe I don't go for the one-shot, but eh. So not only does he have a magic pet, he has a way to dodge the one shot on his elemental, and then he has a mechanical ratio to fall back on. I kind of like this combo. The Cursed Bourbon's weird. Maybe I won't get him again, but assuming I get him, let's maybe pick a different team. Okay, do I have anything with the Stone Grinder that looks effective? I have a lot of teams that I like with the Stone Grinder, I'll say that. So last time I played the Snapdragon and the Deathwatch Hatchling, that's this team. And I also played the Enraged Poultrid with the Snapdragon. It's this team. Okay, so maybe I could play my own trap team. How do I feel about this team? Well, I do have a way to deal with Minefield. The Enchanted Broom is going to be really effective versus my Deathwatch Hatchling. Oh, not only that, but he has a mechanical. I think the Deathwatch Hatchling's going to have a rough time versus that team. So we have, okay, we have Anonymous. So I have a beast again, but at least he has elemental damage this time, and he's faster than these pets. But Buttercup isn't great versus elementals because they aren't chilled by Call of Winter, so he's actually not going to do that well versus Blazehound. I do have a critter, though. I have a critter versus the Blazehound. So right now, in my mind, I'm thinking either Anonymous or Minesweepers. So the Snapdragon looks promising because he's going to be strong versus the Elemental. He's faster than the Magic Pet. The Curious Wolverpup's a little bit dead weight because he's going to be slower than the two pets that could swap him out. And the Stone Grinder is also slower. I'm not sure how I feel about this matchup. I can take away the Minefield, but... Well, he's also not running traps, so I don't have to worry about triggering trap. I think I'll play this team. At this point, I took like 5 years to pick my team. I'll probably get somebody else. But if I get him, I think it'll be an interesting matchup. And I like these pets okay. Uh-oh. The pup queued. Alright, yeah, we got a rematch. Apparently nobody else is playing this game. It is kind of a random time of the morning, so... What did he start with before? He started with the mechanical, right? Oh, what if he starts with that elemental? I feel like he's going to start with the elemental. If he starts with the elemental, I want to start with the Curious Wolverpup, I think. I'm going to start with the Curious Wolverpup. What does he start with? Yeah, big mind game. All right. So I can go for... Oh, but he's going to swap me. Dang it. And that brings in this guy. Okay, well, I predict a swap. So let's go for a juke. No! What? What did you do that for? Okay. Let's go for wood chipper. And he went underneath. Okay, well, I can remove that. Is it worth using my cleanup? Sure, why not? Okay. That's a really bad start for me. Like, wasted 2 turns. Didn't even get his swap. Okay. What I'm going to do here... Can't hit him. But fortunately, I'm not taking damage from those puppies anymore. Let's go for a wood chipper, and if he swaps me, it brings in my trap user. Alright, he got a crit. Okay. This opener could not have gone much worse. So we have the snap trap down. He's going to go for minefield. So I'm going to bring in my stone grinder. Probably... No, I have to go for cleanup. I was thinking about going for wood chipper. I was like, but he's probably going to go for the swap and then swap me out before I get rid of that minefield. So I have to stun him rather than going for the bleed damage. And then let's go for the wood chipper. Since he doesn't have sandstorm, that enchanted broom is now dead. And I'm thinking I'll go for thunderbolt, but he probably swaps me here. That's okay. Brings back my curious Wolfar pup. Um... Could bring in the magic pet, or the aquatic pet. I think I'll stay in and take this damage on the Wolvar pup. I think my aquatic is more valuable, so that 408 is better to take on my humanoid than him. Because he's going to be a much stronger cleanup pet with that 341 speed. Okay, he probably goes for sticky grenade. And then... Oh, he went for batter. Well, I'm glad about that. I didn't want to take that on the back line. Alright, so he probably goes for the minefield. But what if he predicts that I go for the cleanup and he goes for, like, batters? Hmm. Ah, I'm gonna swap, but it's risky. Oh, he went for that. Okay. Well, since he didn't go for batter, maybe I just stun him. I'm thinking stun is the move. He knows better than to use minefield now because I cleaned it up last time. So we'll go for Thunderbolt because it's strong damage. Oh, he stayed in. Didn't expect that. I thought he'd swap to the Blazehound to retrieve me out. But he didn't. Oh, I see why. He's going for the minefield. I'm perfectly happy to eat that on my Wolvar pup because I think my Snapdragon can 1v2. I'm not sure why he didn't go for minefield there. He probably should have. Because now I can just bring this guy in without taking the minefield damage and kill him with water jet. That was a mistake, I think, on his part not to go for minefield. Because I didn't have cleanup. It was on cooldown. Maybe it was a misclick. That might be why he ran away. It's possible. Okay. Well, let's pick another team. Do we just play this team? I don't really want to spam the stone grinder, but I also want to have a way to deal with that minefield. Any other ways I can think of to deal with minefield? That team would do really well versus him, but it's boring. So having an elemental is a a soft counter to Minefield because I can just eat that Minefield. What was that team I was looking at earlier? It had the Nightshade Sproutling on it. I said I'd come back to it. Didn't it have Squirky? Squirky, Nightshade Sproutling, Workshop Bot. So the Enchanted Broom versus Nightshade Sproutling is awkward. Then Squirky versus the Broom is a problem. So deal weight damage. The Workshop Bot is actually really good versus Magics in general. But he's really bad versus the Elemental. And then Squirky is slower. I don't have a Dazzling Dance user. So he'd probably start with his Mechanical. He started with the Elemental last time, but I'm not sure that I'd like this team very much versus him. I do like the team, but not necessarily if I know I'm queuing into him, which I think is a safe bet. That's probably what I'll be queuing into. Maybe Decoy? I could decoy the Minefield. Let's just look through teams and see what looks effective. So I have a blind and a decoy. That team is a little bit silly. I've only played it once. Nah, I'm not liking it. Let's keep looking. Okay, we have, well, yeah, Clone Dance is not gonna love fighting Magic Broom with cleanup. Okay, so we have Squirky again, this time with a Dazzling Dance user and a one-shot pet. We went over that. One-shot is not going to be super effective versus any of his pets. Let's look at tryout teams. Maybe I have something that I haven't played yet. I don't like that team. Maybe we just play this team. I don't know. It seems not great. Maybe I can still win, though. Yeah, I don't know. Um. Okay, so the Fiendish Imp is going to give him a lot of trouble because he's a lot faster than, or he's faster than all three of his pets, is what I should say. Does strong damage to the mechanical. The Alpine Foxling's kind of a weak link, but the Itch Bite is just like I said. There's one of those one-shot pets, which it's designed for countering sunlight teams. Not really a great option. Okay, so do I play Jingles? Yeah, playing my own Minefield into a cleanup pet is not smart. I think I will just go back to fun teams and pick something. At this point, if there's anybody else queuing, I'm likely to get them instead anyways. Okay, this team is 1 and 2. I just played the Curious Wolvar Pup though. So I think I'll pick something else. Yes, Clone Dance is not going to work versus a Broom. I have a lot of Clone Dance teams. Don't really want the Blazehound Mirror matchup. I can't think of a team. Maybe I just play another Stone Grinder team until he quits playing Minefield. The other option is just pick like a strong elemental, like the Nightshade Sproutling. I don't like the Nightshade Sproutling though, because he has two 325 speed pets, which means if I don't have like a Dazzling Dance user on my team, like I was thinking about playing this team, but I don't have a way to outspeed him with my Nightshade Sproutling, so that speed tie is really annoying. Even though I take weak damage from both of his pets that are the same speed, it's not great. Okay, here we go. No way to deal with the minefield. Except Bubble. Yeah, I don't know about that team. It seems silly. Okay, I saw the Fiendish Imp, and I thought he looked effective. See if there's any other teams besides this one-shot team that looks viable. Maybe this one? I don't know, this team's a little silly. So both of these pets are slower than, like, oh wait, no, the Damscat's faster than the Elemental, but the Elemental actually does strong damage to him since he's running that weird ability. Basic attack. The Sunshell just seems very weak versus his team. I guess he does strong damage to the mechanical, but he's slower than the entire team. He does have a bubble breaker. Maybe I'll queue this team. I feel like I played it last video and was underwhelmed with how it did. Where was it? Fiendish Imp. Okay, so we have Briarhorn, Leviathan Hatchling. I just like this team better. I'm going to play this team because I like these pets better. I miss having the mechanical Briarhorn, but I think it's still a fun pet to use. Alright, yeah, we'll play this team because I like it a lot. Oh, great.
Fear not for my sanity, champion. My minion and I are well used to such madness.
It's worse. Worse even than when we were first transformed by the void into Lopris. But I'll get through it, Hiram.
Right. Kind of hope I get something else. Got another Enchanted Broom. Frostwolf Ghost Pup. I just don't get to play Clone Dance today. Ever. That's fine. Just not play Clone Dance. My team should do pretty well versus him. I don't see a great reason not to start with the Imp. The only one might be if he has Sandstorm, which with this team, Seems likely, sadly. I think what I'll do is immolation. What can I do about that whirlpool? Gotta pick somebody to eat it on. I don't think I want it to be my imp. Alright, well, let's swap him out. I think the Briarhorn is going to be the weak link here. It's hard to say. No, I'll bring the Leviathan Hatchling. If he has Sandstorm... What on earth? You're going for Frolic? Ah, I thought he would go for a Ghostly Bite. That's why I brought in the Aquatic. Well, that's part of why I brought in the Aquatic. Since he's going for Ghostly Bite, let's go ahead and hit his backline with Primal Cry. He did dodge it. Annoying ability. Alright, if I can dot him, that'd be real nice. Ah, we landed it. Good job. Okay, yeah, he's going for AoE healing. It's okay. It's not full HP. Well, this broom is. Alright, doesn't have that Frolic up anymore. Let's go for a Tail Slap, and he swapped out with a dot on him, so I'm suspecting this guy has Sandstorm, which is why I wanted to bring in the Leviathan Hatchling, is I don't want him to be 1v1ing the Enchanted Broom later on. So if I'm going to pick somebody to eat that Sandstorm on... I think it's going to be the Briarhorn. I don't know. This is awkward because he probably has strong damage versus me. But he's not faster yet. Let's go for a Headbutt. Won the coin toss, but... Oh, he has weak damage. That's so good. It's so good for us. Okay, so he might have Sweep. I feel like he would have went for Sandstorm on the last turn if he had it. Okay, he's not letting me know what he has, but I have a feeling it's Sandstorm. It could be Sweep, though. Alright, let's go for... he's probably going to go for Frolic. I do not want to miss a Lightning under Frolic. And he does weak damage to me since he doesn't have Ghostly Bite, so I can just kind of 1v1 it with my Imp. Let's go for a damage. While he has Frolic up, I'll apply Immolation. I feel like I'm pretty far ahead here. Maybe we take the Undead Racial, 50-50 chance. Nice. Okay. Do I swap him out? I don't think I care about the heal. I'm just going to refresh my Immolation and save my Nethergate for somebody else. Kind of a weird team. I'm not sure what he's going for here. Maybe he's countering something else he was queuing into. I still don't know what his middle slot move is. Surely he'll press it eventually. I feel like I'm far enough ahead I can just stay in on the Imp for now. If he has Sandstorm, then I don't really get much value out of Immolation. Okay, so he does have Sweep. That brings in a good matchup for me since he's not running Batter. Trihorn Charge is feeling like it's going to miss if I were to predict the future. Guess we'll never know. I still wanted to go for it, but I obviously didn't want to press it if it's just going to miss. Oh, wait, what? Cool game, Blizzard. Not sure how I phased out there, but cool. Alright, so many magic pets. I don't get to play any of my one-shot teams. Oh well. They're for Sunlight teams anyways, which I hope to not queue into. I can't play Cyclone either. See his cleanup. Okay, let's pick. He doesn't have... If that's the same guy, he doesn't... Well, he has Lightning. was about to say I could maybe get away with playing something fun like a beast pet, like the Deathwatch hatchling. I like him a lot. Maybe I'll play this team. This team's fun. I'm gonna play this team. I just like it a lot. I like all three of these pets a ton. Don't have a decoy breaker on this team, but I'm not queuing into decoys, so I think it should be okay. Triple Frostwolf Ghost Pup. Alright, well, you don't see that every day. I wonder if he's just running triple Frolic pets. If he does, it'll be nice that I have AoE. I think I'll start with my Pultrid. Actually, AoE is going to be pretty bad versus him because he has 3 Haunting Song pets, but while he's healing, he's not doing damage. Yeah, he has triple Frolic, probably. Well, maybe he has Ghostly Bite on 1 to catch me off guard. Is there anything I can do while he is dodging? I think I'll just attack. I don't care about my flying racial versus this guy. And then once his dodge is gone, I can go for a hard-hitting maul. Because he'll still be bleeding then. Ooh, nice crit. Alright. He dies to the bleed. So, might swap here. I'm thinking I'll swap to the Deathwatch hatchling. I can outspeed whoever comes in. Probably go for a clobber is the move. Could either bleed him or clobber him. I think the clobber is better. Alright, do I go for the bleed or do I go for leap? I think the bleed is better. Kind of feel like staying in on my Deathwatch hatchling. Just keep attacking him. He probably goes for like a frolic. Yeah. Okay. Well, my bleed's ticking away while I was doing that, so I think... Do I reapply my bleed or do I go for leap? Let's just go for leaps. It's more damage if I land it. Then, well, that kills him, so what I'll do is leap, be faster on the next turn. Don't see a way that he kills me here. I can... how much damage was that? Sneak attack. 219. Well, he could kill me if he crit, so let's just play it safe and stun him. Speed tie here, but I don't think this Frostwolf's Ghost Pup is going to 1v3. Ow. I won the coin toss. Let's get my bleed rolling. He has Ghostly Bite. At least that means that he can't dodge my blind. Okay, well that was super exciting. But I actually don't hope I queue into that team again. I have a funny feeling with that kind of team, I'm about to see some sort of triple sunny day team or something. If I get him again, I will be happy to play this team into him because I got a Foxling and one-shot pets. But if I queue into a Sunlight team, I will also be happy with this team. So, did he bug my queue? He did. I'm already queued for a pet battle. I don't think I'm already queued for a pet battle. It doesn't show that I'm in queue. It looks like he dodged. He broke my queue. I wonder, is that the same guy that spams their shitty Murgleton? I didn't know he knew how to play other pets. Well, my queue's broken until I log out and back in. If I queue into shitty Murgleton with this team, that's going to be a rough time. Got the Alpine Foxling, but the other two pets are going to be in a rough spot. Especially because he likes to run two magic pets, so my one-shot pet's going to be pretty useless, and my Squirky does weak damage, so yeah. Sure hope we don't queue into him. I feel like it's not him. I think somebody else accidentally bugged my queue, but maybe they did it on purpose. It's hard to say. I'll just queue this team again. Because if I get him, this will beat him a little more efficiently. I'm going to play for one more win, I think. We are at 5 wins, but that last game was pretty boring, so I'll just play till I get one more win and then call it for now. Alright. What do we got? We got, okay, triple elementals. This should be a great matchup for Squirky. And he has no way to dodge the one shot. So let's try it out, see how much damage it does. I don't see a way for him to dodge the one shot. He can't swap me out. He could Dark Rebirth, maybe. Alright, well. Oh, he could also burn me down pretty quickly. Alright, 731. Roar of the Dead. Alright, I hope he doesn't proc my Undead Racial, because I want to see how much damage this does. Okay, I got my Undead Racial intact still. 1462, that's pretty good. So yeah, Prowl does more damage, but it should still be effective, I think, versus like triple elementals with Sunny Day. Because it does big damage, and it prevents them from swapping, which is the real power of photosynthesis and sunlight, is if you don't have a way to change their weather, they can just swap to the back line and hide and heal to full. But they can't swap while they're rooted, and photosynthesis is very weak if they don't have sunlight up, so I can change the weather. 1462, that's not that much damage for taking 3 turns to set up, but well, it's 1462 plus the damage from Sticky Web, so it's a little more than that, but I think I'll write that down as a note so that I don't. $14.62. There we go. Save. All right. Let's go for a fish slap. Didn't want to miss my clobber. Let's just go for another fish slap. I think I'll go for a clobber. Bring my Alpine Foxling. Play this extra safe. Yeah, we got it. Good job, Squirky. Alright, well that wasn't terrifically exciting either, but I did say I was going to call it after one win, so... Gonna end the video there for now. Try some more games later. Maybe I can get away with playing some fun teams since... Well, that's not particularly fun, but it's not super try-hard either. It's just kind of trolly. I think this guy's probably the guy that bugged my queue, but I don't know if he did it on purpose or not. Hard to say, but they definitely need to fix that. Need to fix that bug that bugs your queue. I'm not sure how they need to fix it, but surely there's a way they can fix it, right? Because it's really annoying. Because like if you're new to pet paddling, you're not even gonna realize your queue's bugged. You're just gonna be sitting there for like an hour. Like not sure why the queue isn't popping, and you're not gonna know how to fix it. Uh-oh. Alright. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed the vid, and I'll see you on the next one.